Declare this regular meeting of the Coralville City Council on October 12th, 2021. Call to order. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Foster.
Present.
Gross.
Here.
Wynn.
Present.
Dodds.
Present.
Goodrich.
Here.
All council members are present, as is the mayor, the city clerk, city administrator, city attorney, and several city staff in the audience. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Goodrich and seconded by Gross. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the agenda is approved. Item 4 is citizen comments. Is there anyone here this evening who would like to speak to us about an item that's not on the agenda? Don't all rush up there all at once. So. Okay, moving on. We'll go to item 5, which is Housing Codes Amendment. This is the second consideration of an ordinance that basically cleans up our existing, previously referred to as the Building Department ordinance. Among the changes are changing it to the name of Community Development Department, requiring new owners to apply for a new permit rather than use the one from the previous owner. Have short-term rentals treated the same as other rental units per Iowa law. Set up reinspection fees for rentals after the first reinspection, and give property owners 4 years between inspections if they are ready, present, and pass their initial inspection. So the ordinance, please, Don?
Ordinance number 2021-1012, an ordinance amending Chapter 145 of the City of Coralville regarding the Housing Code, introduced for adoption, second consideration by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gross. Any comments or questions? Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Ordinance passes its second reading, all ayes. Item 6 is asbestos removal. This is for asbestos removal needed before demolition on vacant structures on 4th Avenue Place. The quotation report, please.
Yes, the city solicited proposals, sent out 3 proposal packets. We did receive bids from all three people we sent out packets to. The low bid was Robinson Brothers Environmental in the amount of $14,300. We have used them in the past, so I would recommend approval to Robinson Brothers for $14,300.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. Don, the resolution, please.
Resolution accepting quotations and approving an asbestos removal services agreement with Robinson Brothers Environmental, Inc., introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Any questions? Roll call.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item 7 is the 5th Avenue Storm Sewer Project. This is for constructing stormwater improvements on 5th Avenue north of 7th Street to address long-standing drainage problems in the backyards of several homes in that area. This is setting a public hearing, which will be held at our next council meeting on October 26th.
Resolution setting a public hearing on the plan, specifications, estimate of cost, and form of contract, and directing published notice of the same, both for the 5th Street Storm Sewer Project, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Wynn, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Dodds. Any discussion? Roll call.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item 8 is sewer and water connection fees. This is recognition that the city has received payment of $162,078.29 for sewer and $79,686.04 for water connection fees for property located in Forever Green Heights, Plat 1. Don?
Resolution acknowledging payment in full of the Northeast Area sanitary sewer and water connection fees levied against certain lots located in Forever Green Heights, Part 1, Coralville, Iowa, is introduced for adoption by Councilmember Dodds, seconded by.
Second.
Second by Wynn. Any discussion? Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item B is a similar resolution recognizing receipt of payment of $59,098.10 in connection fees for Lot 14 in the Coral Crossing 8th Edition.
Resolution acknowledging payment in full of the West Land Use Area connection fee for Lot 14, Coral Crossing 8th Edition, Coralville, Iowa, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Goodrich, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Gross. Discussion? Roll call.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item 9 is engineering services agreement. This resolution is for an agreement for the design and construction administration of the Clear Creek Trail connection running along the east side of Camp Cardinal Boulevard from Highway 6 to the Tom Harkin Trailhead. Don?
Resolution approving an engineering services agreement with Shoemaker and Holland Professional Engineers for the Clear Creek Trail connection, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Foster, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Goodrich. Any questions or discussion? Roll call.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Resolution passes all ayes. Item 10 is the Bridgewater Subdivision sidewalk connection. This is a reimbursement agreement for the city's share of the developer's construction costs for a sidewalk around the Bridgewater Subdivision pond. And the city's share is not to exceed $153,776. Don?
Resolution approving an agreement for the Bridgewater Subdivision sidewalk connection, introduced for adoption by Councilmember Gross, seconded by.
Second.
Seconded by Nguyen. Questions, discussion?
Yeah, this part of the trail that we are involved in is on the west side of the trail, on the west side of the pond from Russell Slade Boulevard south to the connection that goes between the existing duplexes that were built recently. The developer is 100% responsible for all of the trail that goes around the rest of the pond and that will complete a circle around the whole facility, so.
That's wonderful. Construction in the spring, probably?
Yeah, actually, they're gonna get going this fall on our portion, but the circle will not be completed
Okay.
at this time, just that one connection on the west side.
Thank
Kelly,
you.
can you clarify how far this is from the area where the developer go in and bulldoze all the trees and stuff?
No, this is down right next to the pond.
So farther down?
Yeah,
Okay.
it would be further east from where that was, and this is right next to the pond that's been there for many years.
Thank you.
Roll call, please.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Resolution's passed all ayes. Item 11, I consider a motion to approve the consent calendar as presented or amended.
Mayor, and I would ask the council to please consider the motion to approve the consent calendar, A through Q inclusive.
Okay, moved by Dodds, seconded by
Second.
Gross. Any comments or questions? Roll call.
Goodrich.
Aye.
Foster.
Aye.
Gross.
Aye.
Wynn.
Aye.
Dodds.
Aye.
The consent calendar is passed all ayes. Item 12 is the city administrator's report.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. First, I'd just like to ask City Engineer Scott Larson just to update us on the 3 road projects that were worked on over since the last council meeting.
Yeah, so we successfully completed the Deer Creek Road railroad crossing. I shouldn't say just we, Iowa Interstate Railroad did the actual railroad crossing repair. And then we worked with LL Pelling to come in and do the asphalt approach sections on both sides of the railroad crossing. And we also had them finish a more complete repair to Deer Creek Road between the railroad crossing and the bridge just to the south. So now everybody that goes out to any of our Parks and Rec facilities on Deer Creek Road or 340th Street, they have a really nice ride coming off of Highway 6 down to the intersection there at 340th Street. So we're very happy to see that project get done. And then the second one was the Heartland Drive pavement repair. And again, that was, the section between Jones Boulevard east to just south of the Commerce Drive intersection, which is also the intersection where the Costco gas station is. So that project did a full asphalt removal and overlay for most of the project, and then we had several full-depth concrete patches that were taken care of during that same closure. And I think in that case, we actually opened Heartland Drive around noon on Saturday, which was right on target. And the Deer Creek Road actually opened, I think, about a half a day early. So we're happy to see that taken care of too. So which one did I forget, Kelly? Did I forget any?
Holiday Road Bridge, which
Yeah, the
got
bridge.
Oh,
done
yes,
quicker
yes.
too.
Yeah, that came and went so fast I forgot about it. So that wasn't any kind of repair. That was just for the sake of doing an inspection of the bridge deck on Holiday Road just east of 12th Avenue. And right now we are awaiting the reports on that bridge. And I forgot to mention also the Deer Creek Road Bridge south of the railroad crossing was inspected under that traffic closure as well. And so what's interesting, and they marked out some problem areas, and then they took a drone up to capture nice overhead aerials of where the trouble locations are, and that'll be reflected in the study. And then I'll report back on what the information tells us about those two bridges.
Great. Any questions for Scott? Okay. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you.
Just wanted to remind folks that we have at Coralville City Hall and the library these test kits, test kits that people can get for free. And if you take them out and drop them off at the hygienics lab here in Coralville, most of the time you'll get the results the next day. So would encourage people, if you need them, we have them here. They're provided by the state of Iowa and Johnson County Public Health. So it's a good service that they're providing for free, and just encourage people to stop by and get those if you need one. So today we received an application from IMON to provide cable service in Coralville. So that is the second company that we have had in the last few months application to provide cable service. This is in conjunction with the new fiber to the home that they will be running, and this would be a service that they'll provide on that network. So, so people will have additional options coming up here in the very near future. The first game for the Iowa Heartlanders is coming up on October 22nd, and then they'll have 36 home meets after that, and so encourage people to come out and enjoy one of those games that is coming up. And then this next Park and Rec Commission next Monday on October 18th, we'll just encourage people, anyone that's interested in the whole Clear Creek stream bank mitigation project. That will be the focus of the Park and Rec Commission meeting that night, and they'll be doing a presentation not only for the commission, but any residents or others that are interested. This would be a good time to come and hear about that whole project, what's involved, and all of the environmental aspects of that as well. So
What time is
encourage.
that, Kelly?
That's at 7 o'clock here at Coralville City Hall next Monday night, October 18th. That's all I have, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. Mayor's report. Since I missed the last meeting, I'll go back a little bit before our previous council meeting, and that is to express my humble gratitude and honor at the recognition I received on that Thursday night of the Iowa League of Cities conference at the Coralville Hyatt. Obviously, it was a complete surprise to me that I was being inducted into the Iowa League Hall of Fame. It was made all the more special by having the entire city council and many city staff there, and they snuck in my wife and kids as well, so, and Representative Jacoby. So it was a wonderful night, and I truly appreciate that. And as I said many times, we're a great team, and I really appreciate you all. So thank you for that. Next thanks go out to Mayor Pro Tem Gross and the rest of you for hanging in there at the last council meeting when I was out with recovering from some surgery. I was out, but I wasn't missing because I was watching you, and I would grade you all very high. You went quick and efficiently. So, Mitch, you had me a little nervous that you weren't going to let anyone speak on the proclamations, but you wrapped it up at the end and let them all do it at the end. So all's good, all's good. So thank you for that, and thank you for the absolutely beautiful flowers that you sent. They came to me I ended up having 2 surgeries. It came during my first surgery, and absolutely every nurse or healthcare provider that walked in the room commented on them. They were that beautiful, so they were gorgeous. So thank you all. Let's see. Kelly reported on the Heartlanders game coming up on the 22nd. Before that, though, you have a chance to be a part of history for the first major concert in the arena, and that's actually this coming Thursday night. Toby Keith, country music star, is going to be there, and there are still the tickets are selling very well, but there are certainly still some tickets available. So, any interest in that? I will be there. My daughter bought me tickets for she and I to go and be on the floor. So we'll be down on the floor. Trying to get up front and touch his boots or something. And I think that's it, other than to wish a hearty happy birthday today to Mitch Gross, and tomorrow to Hai Wen. We have a lot of birthdays in this time of year within a couple weeks of each other. So happy birthday to both of you. So
Thank you, Mayor.
that's it. And City Attorney's report.
I have a speeding trial tomorrow morning, and I'm going to feel a little intimidated by the speed we've shown tonight. Kevin?
I've got nothing, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Committee and council members report. Let's let the birthday boy go first, and then we'll have the birthday girl tomorrow to go next. Ms. Gross.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, welcome back. Glad to have you back.
Yep, thanks.
I knew you had me be the mayor when it was the Colostomy Proclamation Day, so that was, I appreciate
That
it.
might not have been a coincidence.
I remember last year with that one, so thank you. A couple things I want to say. And first of all, I won't be at Toby Keith, but I'm planning for I think it's the 22nd or 23rd. Nellie
That's right.
will be at the arena. So that's a little bit more my era and speed and that. So I'll get there, but I hope you get to touch Toby's boots, Mayor.
Okay.
Couple of things. First of all, I do want to just touch base and talk about it. I'm not sure. I know we've had discussions council-wise before, and as the mayor said, it is my birthday today. I bring it up because historically, October 12th has been Columbus Day as a national holiday as passed, and I think a lot of communities and definitely some states have gone more towards Indigenous Peoples Day. Forever, a lot of years. I mean, I was definitely until I was 18 did not get any cards on my birthday because it was always a national holiday. But I think as we've evolved in this or that, I'd like to just have the council discussion about recognizing that day as Indigenous Peoples Day in Coralville, and not recognizing it as Columbus Day. I think we're at that point to do. I was even thinking, as a history teacher, there's probably not a lot of communities in Iowa that either do not have an American Indian-based name in an American Indian-based county name base. It's just so Coralville, Johnson County. It's just I'm thinking about where I'm from, which was just 20 miles from the Meskwaki settlement and from Poweshiek County. It's obviously a very important piece of our state and our history. So I'd like to have that council discussion about how we go there for that. Staying on my birthday theme, another well, I won't say I'm great, but another person who was born on October 12th was Paul Engel. And the city of Coralville, years ago, Governor Vilsack declared October 12th Paul Engel Day. And Paul Engel was the longtime director of the Writers' Workshop at the University of Iowa, was the founder of the International Writers Program at the University of Iowa. And the city of Coralville sponsors the Paul Engel Award, which is a major literary award. It's a $20,000 award plus a pretty cool piece of art that goes out to an author every year. And this year's Paul Engel Award has been awarded to Rebecca Solnit. And Rebecca Solnit is a historian, ironically, just of what I said, focuses on Indigenous history, on feminism in the United States. So it's a huge honor for her, and I just think it's one of the great kind of unspoken things that our city does is as the chief sponsor of the Paul Engel Awards. That was announced today, so very, very happy about that. I know Megan had brought up at the I guess I had free COVID test, but I'm going to cross that off because Kelly mentioned that. And I think Megan brought up a couple weeks ago about talking about where we are at the Citizens Review Board with the police. I know we all got that email from that constituent. Above that, I replied back to her as well. I did think one of the concerns or thoughts that she brought up, and I wrote this down about replacing the word citizens with community. I thought just the fact that we did that with community development too, and I think it makes a lot of sense to have the word community over citizen, amongst some other things. So those are some of the things I think we do need to touch base about. I'm just checking my notes here, Mr. Mayor. I wasn't expecting to go first. I think that does look it. So appreciate the time. Thank you, Mayor.
You bet, thank you. Councilmember Quinn.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Sure.
Welcome back. Glad
Thank
to have
you.
you back.
Great, good to be back.
And happy birthday, Mitch.
Same to you tomorrow.
Oh, thank you. Just tagging on along with what Mitch said, we are here on native land, and we need to remember that. And I'm looking forward to having a discussion of what we can do here in the city of Coralville to recognize Indigenous Peoples Day. Fall is here. That means flu season is here. I would like to encourage everybody to go get a flu shot. We're still very much in the middle of the pandemic, and so if you haven't gotten your COVID shot yet, please go get that too, along with your flu shot. I know that I will be taking my entire family to get that flu shot here soon. We need to do everything that we can to keep our community safe. Kelly mentioned that we have COVID tests, free COVID test kit here at City Hall and at the Coralville Public Library. I also wanted to add another location, the Coralville Community Food Pantry, also have COVID test kit for free. All you have to do is just stop by, ask us for 1, 2, 3, however many you need. And again, thank you to the Iowa and Johnson County Public Health for providing that. Speaking of flu shot, we will have mobile clinic that come to the Coralville Public Library and also the food pantry within, not next Saturday, but the Saturday after next Saturday. There will be more information on that. And that's all I have tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Councilmember Dodge, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm going to be a little repetitive. I wanted to welcome you back.
Okay,
and
thank
we
you.
missed you. It was all good. And happy birthday to my colleagues. I wish we could have cake. I should have brought cake. But other than that, I'm just very excited. We're going to talk about Indigenous People Day. I think that'll be a great thing to add. And thanks for Mayor Cleanup Week. I took advantage.
Did you?
And Shred Day is still coming up. Is that correct? On the 28th, 30th? 30th.
October, thanks.
Okay.
I need to write that down.
Yeah. Shred Day is one of my favorites, so.
Get down
It's right-
there early.
It's right up there with Garage Sale Day, so. Thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
Okay, well, we'll just stay down at this end, and then we'll get to Councilmember Goodrich.
Okay, I don't have much. Agree with everyone else, what has been said. Welcome back, happy birthday. And just wanted to remark that the library parking is looking good, the
Yes.
repair. And are they about halfway done? So
That's good.
if you've been staying away from the library, don't anymore. You can get right up close. I look forward to the concerts too and the hockey games. So, thank you.
Great, thank you. Councilmember Foster.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And yeah, just welcome back. Happy birthday to my colleagues. I don't have much else to add either. I did want to just ask about the test kits. Kelly, can you talk about if there is a limit on the number that you can pick up?
We have a limit of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
5 per person?
5 per family.
5 per family,
Yep.
okay. And I will say that those kits do work really well. We were attending a wedding a couple of weeks ago where the bride and groom requested that the guests all get tested regardless of vaccination status. We actually were able to drop off our test kits up until 11 p.m. at the State Hygienic Lab. So we dropped them off at about 9 p.m. on a Thursday, and we got the results back very quickly, in enough time before the wedding. So it is very convenient to just drop those off. They have a drop site that you can use, and like I said, it is open until 11 p.m. Agree. I also just wanted to say that I agree with my colleagues, looking forward to the discussion about Indigenous Peoples Day. Also wanted to acknowledge that we are on Sauk and Meskwaki land here in Coralville. Yesterday was also National Coming Out Day, and I just want to say to our LGBTQIA plus friends and neighbors, no matter where you are in your journey, you are supported, and we are here for you. And I think that is it, except I am very excited about the Paul Engel recipient. Again, it seems like my favorite authors are always recognized, because Roxane Gay was a recipient several
Yep.
years ago. When was that?
About 7 years ago, I think.
7 years
Yeah.
ago, yeah. So I'm a big fan of Rebecca Solnit as well. So that is all I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Since it went quite quick tonight, ma'am, you came in just after our public comment. I don't normally let this happen, but would you like to address the council this evening? If so, just please sign in and tell us your name. Okay, that's fine. And just tell us who you are, please.
My name's Elaine, and I live at 933 12th Avenue.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a morning person, so I avoid traffic. I prefer to go down 8th to 10th Avenue in the morning rather than going straight down 12th.
Okay.
There is a problem at that light. You can sit there for quite some time.
10th Street and 8th Ave. Yep, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I get off at 10th and 8th and you
Yep.
come down to 2nd. I take my car and I ride a scooter. If I'm on my scooter, I have to admit I've done some dead reds because I'll be there all morning waiting. So I don't know what can be done, but I just thought, and when I drive in the morning, a lot of times I'll see people go around the bank because they know the light just changed, and they'll go back behind that bank and then make a left onto 2nd Avenue.
Okay.
And so I'm not the only one that gets frustrated with it, but
Okay.
it would be nice if we could do something about that.
Okay. Well, we have
And
the
I
right people in
appreciate
the
your
room. We have our city
accommodations,
engineer
sir.
and city administration, so they both heard you and they'll follow up on it.
Elaine, can I ask what time, for the record, this is kind of bizarre. I used to live at 933 12th a long time ago, so I know what you're talking about. What time of the day does this happen? Because I know sometimes with Kirkwood and the schools right there, that light can be impacted with school
What
traffic.
I find is I work at the VA, and so I try to get there by 7:30. I usually am leaving the house a little before 7 or just after 7, because if you've lived at 933, you know backing out is not an attractive thing. So I try to get out early, and I don't know whether something switches on after 7 that maybe helps it. I don't know, but something needs to be done, please. And like I said, sir, thank you for allowing me to speak.
Sure.
Thank
Yep, happy to do it. Okay, well, I think, and with that, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Okay, moved by Goodrich, seconded by
Second.
Dodge. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're.